Here is what you need, as they say. Here is what you need for the I do as they say in the...
In today's episode, how do you do, winter lovers and mother? Welcome to today. The weather was fine. Now it's sort of suddenly turned into afternoon. This is sort of winter in Sweden. The sun goes up, goes down. So we just passed it's going down. But I think I'll take a bike ride later on. I haven't any plans for today. I've been editing like mad. Over half an hour of film I edited into 2 videos about Magnus's Lego collection yesterday and the visit to China Li, and all that. So, well, soon time for lunch, cross-training, lunch, bike ride. Yeah, exciting. 30 minutes later and lunch is that lovely hazelback potato I made not yesterday, the day before that. That great bean from, that burger from Bean It. I think it's called Bean It, yes. And my homemade béarnaise sauce. It still hasn't separated, so good. And a great big kale salad with tomatoes and grated carrots. I say, as they say in France, bon appétit. If you're wondering what I've been doing, I've been tidying up. Remember, I had all these things from the cupboards here? I've been sorting screws like a madman. It's already 7 o'clock. Just took a look at the clock and I thought it was sort of 4 or 5. I don't know what I've been doing all day. Well, sorting through things. This is what we are going to cook for today's dinner. It is potato gratin and, vegan hamburgers. So this is going to be burgers. This is going to be, I need potatoes. So when you're cooking like this, it's the best way to do it is that you first do mise en place, which is you prep everything, and then you only have the fun part left. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be, cutting up the potatoes and do what you do with the onion.
Here is what you need for the potato gratin.
1 big onion, and I wouldn't say this is big, so I got this, it's not properly peeled. So I got 2, 1 sort of average and 1 small. So this will make up 1 big onion, and slice it. 4 cloves of garlic, but since, there were some tiny ones, I've got 5. I'm really following this recipe, right? And slice them. Ta-da! Needing 700 grams of potatoes, which is about, these are kind of large, so 5. Oh, and you slice those as well. Then, in another bowl, you add 3 deciliters of vegan cream, 2 tablespoons of deactivated yeast, and I'm using this brand. 2 tablespoons. This is to add a sort of cheesy flavor because the deactivated yeasts are big in umami, and umami is what gives cheese its sort of cheesiness. And then you add half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I'm just going to wing it. And now we come to the interesting part. You're going to add coconut milk, but you're only going to add the thick part that often goes on top. And I put this one in the freezer for about half an hour to make it really, hopefully, separate. And if it doesn't, I don't know what to do, because they want just the sort of thick, creamy stuff. Oh, yes, great. So this is what we need. There you have it, and I'm saving the liquid for, my morning smoothie. Then you put this into one of these and cover it with these. These, oh my, some sort of dialect there, I think. These is something you cover that. So you put the potato in the
dish, and then you cover the potatoes with the milky stuff, the creamy stuff, the creamy milky stuff. Cover it like so, and then you wait till the oven goes up to 200 degrees Celsius. Hurry up, hurry up. Hey, hurry up. While we wait for that to happen, I will make the hamburgers. For the burgers or the patties, you will be needing 400 grams of, this is kind of hard because I don't know the English word for this. In Swedish it's formbar färs. It's a vegan sort of meat substitute, mashed meat that sort of keeps its shape. I don't know what they added to it, but ordinarily you would need something to keep the meat. I mean, if they do it with meats, it's usually eggs in it, right? But I don't know what they've done to it, so in other countries I wouldn't know what to call it. But 400 grams or whatever you call it, if you got it, use it. And you will be needing one onion and 3 garlic cloves minced like mad. And the easiest way to do that is to do this and that. Now we will fry this in some vegan butter. I do not know why they said butter instead of oil, but I do as they say in the recipes, mostly. And when the butter stops bubbling, you add the onion and the garlic. And while they are frying, we need some lemon zest, and luckily I often do that when this summer when I've been drinking, I take the peel off the lemons before I squeeze them, so I have a lot of lemon zest. I'm going to finally cut them up in tiny pieces, about 2 tablespoons. By the way, the oven is hot enough, so I'm going to put this in for, think about an hour. Wait, let's see here. Yes, an hour. So see you in an hour. Meanwhile, I've been finally sort of pulverizing the lemon zest. I'm going to add the sort of transparent onion and garlic mash. And then you're supposed to have fresh rosemary. I have not got fresh rosemary, so we're going to have dried rosemary. Hooray! And how much? 2 teaspoons. Well, let's say this is 2 teaspoons. So, and what about some thyme? Yes, some thyme. That was a teaspoon of thyme. I didn't say that. Teaspoon of thyme. Then you add 2 tablespoons of liquid bouillon, 1 teaspoon salt, black pepper to taste, and then you sort of put the sort of malleable vegan meat into it and start making patties. And I think the easiest way to mix this kind of lumpy dough or lumpy mush is with chopsticks. And then you add some vegan butter into the hot, fryer, and you start putting patties into it. And I will be using, where's my ice cream scoop? This is the best thing ever when it comes to this kind of work. So that's hot enough, and this is what you do. I hope this will work now. Just do that, and then you sort of keep doing it, and then you press down on it, of course, to make it flat. About 3 at a time is a good thing. Yes, I said 3 at a time. It sounded like a sort of maison à trois innuendo. I didn't mean it, but I realized it sounded like it, so do it if you want to, but you can do 4, 5 or 1. Yeah. But usually they stick together quite nicely, but not today. So I will be doing some modification, I think. Oh, what the hell with it. Okay, here's the trick I've just learned. You do that, you take one of those, and then quite fast, you sort of just turn it around and then press down on it. Not too thick. So I don't know what I've done wrong. Maybe it is, because usually this works. This has happened once before. Maybe I haven't sort of defrosted it enough because it was frozen. I don't know. Usually they sort of stick together quite nicely. What I've decided to do is this, just turn them into some kind of hash. Because, I mean, there's nothing I can do with it. At least the potato gratin looks like it's coming along nicely. I'm getting hungry. More food after the break. Welcome back. The potato gratin is ready. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I mean, it couldn't be more ready without being burnt. And that hateful, hateful hash. So it's done, but I'm gonna let it rest because I think it only gets better with time, like so many of us. So people, here we go. Today's dinner, potato gratin and that sort of weird mash with a lovely salad. And bon appétit. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe and tell all your friends and family and lovers how fantastic I am, and tell them to watch me as well.